I am Yima, Turner's nephew. I grew up in Seikyo, a village where roofs were thatched, air smelled of firewood smoke, and news spread faster than bushfire. Tar was respected. His first wife, Kwase, had a son, Bem, but his second wife, Memshima, had no child. In our village, an empty womb can weigh heavier than a full one. One night, Beam's grandmother dreamt of a stretcher carrying Beam's dead body toward the bush path. She woke up from the nightmare, trembling, and afraid that her grandson may be in harm's way. So, at dawn, without telling anyone of her intentions, she quietly led Bem away. They traveled far away from the village. She took him to a powerful native herbalist named Kunal and told her about the troubling dream. After listening carefully, Kunal prepared a charm and bathed young Bem in slimy okra water, humming ancient words as she worked. When she was done, she gave a warning: watch his food closely. If a pot trembles at his touch, know that it has been poisoned. One afternoon, Bem went to fetch the food his mother, Kwase, had prepared. Boiled yam kept aside just for him. But as he reached out to dip his hand into the clay pot, it suddenly trembled and swayed from side to side, like a tree shaken by a strong wind. Terrifying, isn't it? You should have seen Bem's face, wide-eyed, frozen in fear. Then he let out a loud scream that echoed through the compound. His grandmother heard the scream and came running. The moment she saw the clay pot trembling on the table, her heart sank. She knew exactly what it meant. She let out a cry that shook the compound. Ah, someone has wished death upon my grandson. At that very moment, Tear rushed in from the farm, Ho still on his shoulder, his face dark with worry. Everyone denied being responsible for the attempted murder. Even Bem's stepmother swore innocence. But Tear, determined to uncover the truth, decided to invite a soothsayer to investigate who in his family had dared to make such an attempt on the life of his only son. The soothsayer honored the invitation. When he arrived, he asked for silence, performed his incantations, and then placed a black clay pot in the center of the yard. After giving his instructions, each family member carried the pot on their head and dropped it easily, which meant they were innocent. But he warned them, when the guilty one carries this pot, it will cling tightly and refuse to be set down. Until at last, Memshima's turn came. Reluctantly, she lifted the pot onto her head. At once, it clung to her, as if glued. She struggled, trying to pull it down, but it refused to move. The crowd gasped as she staggered, and then, overwhelmed, she cried out, confessing that she was the one who had poisoned Bem's food. Terror was consumed with fury. His voice thundered as he barked at her. "You wicked woman! Why would you seek to kill an innocent boy?" She cried out, "It was the work of the devil! I never meant to kill him." But deep down, everyone knew she was only saying that because she had been caught. Ter spoke with a heavy heart. "Mamshima, you have brought death into my house. For that, you cannot remain here. You will leave today." From that day, our people said, jealousy is fire that burns the one who lights it. And they also reminded us that a child is never just one person's child. He belongs to the whole community. The evil stepmother was never heard from again. As for Bem, he grew into a man, found love within the village, and built his own family. But unlike his father, he vowed never to take a second wife, determined that such bitterness and betrayal would never return to his household. And so, the story reminds us the home that guards against envy will always sleep in peace.